Hey, we are back with you at another future focused success for all children, right? I mean, as we begin to really travel all across the country, just this week, we're going to be in California talking to Dr. Mike McCormick over in Valverde, and we're going to catch a Zoom flight all the way over to the Cincinnati area, starting with our man Adam Moeller. Folks, Adam Moeller is man accolades. I know he's not going to pat himself on the back here, but you're talking about Teacher of the Year. Adam, that was that in the state or in the city?
It was for the state, but
Yes.
it
You see how he said, it was for the state. He hated to say that, right? See, when
but
you go ahead,
uh,
go ahead, Adam.
but I have to throw this out there because Ohio chooses 10 district teachers of the year, and then from those 10 they choose the state level teacher of the year. So I was the District 5 teacher of the year. So I gotta tame it down a bit, Robert. I gotta tame it down a bit.
No, no, brother. You don't have to tame it down a bit. A bunch of us were not District 5 teachers of the year, all right? So you don't have to tame it down a bit. One thing that, I can say is, at Successful Practices Network National Dropout Prevention Center, artificial intelligence has really, really been big, right? And as we are really looking at future folks of success for all children, we're not talking about just, your GT children. We're talking about all children. One thing that we see is, Adam, is differentiation, man. I was just in a district just a couple of weeks ago. They had 23 languages being spoken in that one district, right? So as
Wow.
we're talking about differentiation, man, I mean, as you look and you and I've had the opportunity to talk about some of these great activities that you're doing in the classroom, man. How are you using? Because teachers out there need to know, how can I use AI to really differentiate in my class if I got a child at one high level, a child at a low level, I've got different languages being spoken, man.
hmm
Give us some ways that you use AI to differentiate.
Well, there's so much stuff with AI out there, and we have such a powerful tool within our hands. And to differentiate for your students, like I'll never forget, like I was sitting in class. I would be in my class, I'd show up to school 30 minutes early to rewrite a textbook section for a student that needed something scaled down a little bit. Like I was doing that myself.
Wow.
And then when I discovered the power of AI, it's as simple as going to Claude or ChatGPT, or now there's an add-on called Brisk that makes it super easy to differentiate at different grade levels for students. And it just takes seconds now, rather than me show up 30 minutes early to school to make one copy for several students. I can now make something at a first grade level, or I can make it at a 200 Lexile level using ChatGPT, using Claude, using Brisk, whatever is out there. And there's also Diffit too. Diffit's a great one that teachers can check out, Diffit. And it just makes it so easy and seamless to bridge the gap between different reading levels and different processing styles for students now that we have AI.
Definitely. Now let's dig deeper, brother. Because I mean, let's just say, man, and I'm an old man, right? So I mean, like I'm doing this Chat GPT, and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in that, man, and I got Claude. You're giving me all these apps. Let's do a deeper slice in. Give me one way that, like, real quickly, man, of how you can say, okay, I've got these kids in my class. I've got to differentiate. This is what I
hmm
did to drop into this application to actually get this lesson, man. Let's
All
make it
right. So
how. Give me the
so
how.
so let's do this. Let's use Claude because I like
Mhm,
Claude.
mhm,
Right. So I pay for Claude. I pay $20 a month, and Claude is my guy.
mhm.
It's I find Claude to be more consistent with its responses than the other AI apps and things that are out there.
Okay.
So here's what you can do to differentiate. So I will take a section of a textbook that we have. That's and most textbooks are online. So I just simply copy and paste it. I put it into a Google Doc, and then I will attach that Google Doc to Claude, and I will ask it, what do you know about Lexile levels?
Yeah.
And it will tell me. And I have found that when you ask specific questions of AI, Like, what is a Lexile level? Or if you were to make something at a first grade reading level, why would it be at that first grade level? So I first ask Claude questions. I get it ready. I prime it. I prep it, if you will. I
Right.
attach my file, and then I will say, now I need you to act as a teacher and differentiate this article down to a 200 Lexile level. And then I can also add in some extra stuff as well, such as at the end, give me a reason why this is at this Lexile level.
Right.
Or I can say add headings, I want you to bold key vocabulary words, things like that.
Mm,
And then boom, I'm ready to go. Now I have it.
totally.
Um, I've even gone as far as, and now it's really important that you remove student names and student identifiable information. But I will take snippets of a profile about a student from their IEP, and again, I don't have their name on there. I don't have any of that identifiable info, and I will say, give me some differentiation strategies for this style of student based on the
Right.
profile information that I just gave to you. So it's the options are endless right now. And what one thing that I share with teachers in my sessions is think of something that you've always wanted to do in your classroom, but you could not because now it's possible.
Right.
And so it's AI is just such a powerful tool that we often think of differentiation as changing the reading style or reading level, but differentiation goes beyond that as well. And it can give so many different options and strategies based on your individual students that you have within your class.
Man, I love it, man, because there has been, I'd say in the last 10 years, man, there's just been levels of frustration from teachers and leaders all
Hmm.
across the country. I'm like, okay, I don't have enough time in the day. I've got
Hmm.
to do this, I've got to do this. How am I supposed to differentiate for 10 different levels, different
Hmm.
languages, and all this? It's too much, right?
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
I've seen is to sit down with a teacher, right? And
Hmm.
just give them a couple AI applications
Hmm.
and give them, work with them on how to use specific prompts to get the information they need, man. I've literally seen, it's almost crazy how the stress levels go from their faces being like this and just, this is
Yeah.
not bad. And sitting
Yeah.
back in their seats and saying, oh my God, I think this is going to work. But it
Yeah.
really starts with the mindset of saying, listen, I'm going to use this as a tool. So,
Hmm.
from Adam, man, great work you're doing, man, in the Ohio area, man. We've got folks
Thank you.
all across the country that's really working through AI. And as teachers, if you're frustrated, y'all, and no, no, no. Let's be real. No, when you get frustrated, not if, because we understand this. Hey, this can be frustrating, especially on
Yes.
Fridays, right? As you're
Yeah.
planning, right, for the next week. Folks, use some of the AI applications. Focus on your prompts to make sure that you are getting the information that you need. Hey, this is our opportunity to continue to just be a part of the family. We're looking at future focus strategies for all children every week. We're going to be
Hmm.
bringing in great educators from across the country, all across the country. Today, we're going to be in California. We're going to be in Ohio. Next week, we're going to be in Michigan. We're going to be in Florida. The following week, y'all, we're going to be in California. We're going to be in New York. The beautiful thing is bringing everyone together, truly talking about what does future focused instruction looks like for all students. Thanks. We're looking forward to being a part of the family.